Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What's going on, Habibis? I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Jay Kobbe.
We're the Habibi Bros. Welcome to another episode, a Thursday edition of Habibi Power Hour. Jay, how you doing?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you, sir. How are you doing?
It's it's been a long week, starting off with remembering our uncles who sacrificed themselves on Monday 22 years ago.
Yes.
So it's a tough scene.
It is. And you know, we miss him every single day. I mean, I really miss
not a day goes by.
Call for prayer. His call for prayer was beautiful the way he did it. Just beautiful.
That doesn't leave your that just is like constant rotation within your brain. You know, like sometimes when you have like a song that just randomly pops into your head, it's like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we got some songs to play for you in a little bit, but first, obviously, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button, or I'm sorry, like and follow button. I constantly get it all twisted. Hit that join button to join us on Locals on the non-Porsche chat, which is currently going right now. And let's see. Jay is on the non-Porsche chat saying first, and Siraj is gay, and Master Thief says not that there's anything wrong with that. I guess you being first or me being gay.
I want to say both, because I feel like we're in a day and age where, you know, being first is frowned upon. Everyone gets a participation trophy nowadays and everything. So there's two truths to that there's nothing wrong with being first, and there's nothing wrong with Siraj being gay.
That's true. Nothing wrong with that. However, I'm going to use this time to segue into it. What there is wrong, and we're wearing these shirts that are matching because Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. It's the month of September. You know, we thought about this a lot, Jay, about doing like, you know, rolling out the red carpet for Mary. But I'm sorry, Mary, the shit is too depressing. It's just so depressing. I can't keep doing it. But we do have a link in the description for you to go check out. Give Kids a Chance act. Jay, I don't know if you have anything off the top that you want to read about it, but basically, we would rather give you hope rather than make you feel like you're completely helpless.
Right. It's a bipartisan bill introduced by Senator Michael Bennet and Senator Marco Rubio that is going to expand children's access and combination cancer therapy trials and potentially save countless lives. So, I mean, we have all of these funds that we see constantly going and be disappearing into random acts and random policies. Finally, there's something here that we can actually, I would like to say, come together to support, to see where our funds could actually go, where it will be beneficial. And there's nothing better than, you know, saving kids from cancer, or at least
that's true. That is true. And, you know, I think a lot of us a little
bit more comfortable.
Look, if there are 87,000 IRS agents that are going to burst down my door, at least if they're going to take my money, at least have it go to, like, kids with cancer. I'm okay with that.
Yes, exactly.
Otherwise, taxation is theft, and the government can go fuck themselves. Anyways, Jay, I'll link in the description. Go ahead and check it out. In the meantime, Jay, you got some music for us, right? Let's hear it.
春風で揺れる花手を振る君に見えた新しい街のこの寂しさいつかは思い出になるはずさ 噛み続けてたガムを夜になって吐き捨てた
Hold on, Jay, time out.
I mean, we gotta really.
Oh, that's like the lyrics are like it's a really happy-go-lucky song, but he's talking about like murdering people.
I know, that's what I'm thinking, because a lot of times that's what it is in like Japanese culture, Japanese songs and stuff. It's amazing. Like the outros to animes are insane. Like the mother will just die in front of them, and then it's just something like
長い夜もいつかは思い出になるはずさずっとずっと
he's basically saying how much he's gonna rape her later on tonight.
I was gonna go with
It might not
enslaved,
even-
but
it might not even wait until home. It's probably gonna be raped in the train. There's a big epidemic of that happening in Japan.
it's just a massive rape epidemic in Japan.
Oh man, what's hilarious is that people think like Japanese and Japan are like very modest people because they what's it called? They fuzz out like the private parts and stuff in porn, but they're actually a lot less modest than we are here in the Western world. It's fucking insane how open they are.
Talking about Japan?
Yeah, Japan. And like over in Korea, there's the what's it called, upskirt. The reason why they took you can't turn off the flash or turn off the sound of your camera in Korea because they were taking pictures of upskirts. And you might want to fact check me on that one, but I think that's true. I think they've now made it where you can't turn off the shutter sound on your phone cameras.
I mean, you could fact this. Are we gonna get like a DMCA strike because we played the entire song here? Fuck it, let's just
Right, we're
play
done.
the rest of it.
That's it.
Just like right,
the second bit, like the 2 minutes left.
yeah,
and
just
we
like
take it off.
literally a minute 59 seconds. One more second, DMCA coming right for us.
No, but it's also a testament to like, you know, the Western entertainment scene and music and pop culture and all that kind of stuff has influenced, like really influenced the world in a way that no other place really does it. It's not like you see American bands play anything that is similar to like Spanish music or Japanese music, right, or anything, or traditional Arabic music. You don't hear that, but you hear Arabs or you hear Japanese or Spanish people. They play music in
Western
tempos
music
that are very Western. So it's
it's actually, yeah, because you listen to Arab music in particular, it is Arabic and like Qawwali. You know Qawwali?
No.
Like the tabla, like in India and Pakistan.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of strings and a lot of like hand drumming. But it's very similar to Arabic music, just like different tempos, different melodies. You can tell obviously the difference between the two. I don't think anyone's been able to really replicate that. I think they've tried a little bit in like hip hop, but like it's been very limited. Like they had that Punjabi MC, and I think Timbaland's tried to do it.
My favorite thing. Have you ever seen? Hold on, while we're in this, you have to look at Hindi freestyle rap.
Scared. Oh God. Oh, this seems extremely my shit. I honestly can't wait to see this.
Is it? Yeah. Hold on. We want to make it. Can we?
Do we want a big screen? Do we want a big screen for it?
This one right here.
Andrew Tate, sir.
Last for a month, but don't in some may try difference. Let us close us for side attack. See, the reason why you follow Top G because you are misogynist. Misogynist.
I did correct him over there.
You follow Top G because you are misogynist. Or should I call you a small snitch? Because you are my bitch. Oh, I'm a different bother, bro. You feel me? I don't feel you.
Oh, go follow for all these hot lines.
Is that what it said?
No, just like if you like, he literally had the graphic come up like, make sure you follow like for more of these hot battles soda.
It's so good. Now you see why like most of them are just going into like engineering class or a math class, so you don't have to hear him try to speak English. This is a banger right here.
This is a banger. Full screen it.
11 years ago, and it still rocks hard.
Still a banger.
Hey, are you going to sing?
Yeah, but it's not a song. It's my life. It's my life. It's my life.
Look at dude had that little headband, little bandana.
Oh yeah, it looked like white underwear. It's
Look at
the
that.
cleanest underwear you will find in India
underwear.
because he's not wearing it on his fucking. He's wearing it on his head.
Look at them bobbing.
It's my life, whatever I wanna do. It's my life,
Even have
wherever
the
I
subtitles,
wanna
so
go.
you can't
It's
make it
my
out.
life, who I wanna love. Oh, it's my life, whatever I wanna talk. It's my life, wherever I wanna walk. It's my life.
This is when the world lost all its shame. When YouTube started coming out, people just started posting
If you
shit.
live like that, do you know what people think about you?
What the hell are you doing?
People think that I'm someone mental. They don't know I'm very sentimental. A friend of mine say I'm a best fellow. He don't know the name of this fellow. My teacher scolds me that I neglect education. She don't know I collect real education. My neighbor thinks that I am wasting my time. He don't know that he is wasting his time. My mother sees me
It's
and she
like Uno reverse card in Rhymin. That's like all of it. So you call me a bitch? No, I call you bitch.
What the hell do you think of yourself?
I always search good in bad. I also search bad in good. So I'm a very good bad boy. I'm a very good bad boy. I'm a very good bad boy. I'm a daydreamer. I'm a night walker. I'm a risk taker. I'm a self-famer.
We're already this far. We gotta keep going.
We should just finish it now.
I'm a truth finder. I'm a smart cheater.
I am a smart cheater.
I'm a perfect learner.
I'm a news censor. I'm a kid slower. I'm a sound builder. I'm very anger. I know it's
Hold on.
danger. I'm a life.
Kids lover. Did that motherfucker
I'm
say?
very anger. I know it's very danger. I'm a life driver. I'm a routine changer. I'm a rules breaker. I'll start a new chapter.
Okay. So, what do you want to convey everyone?
Convey everyone.
Just
You
be
want
everyone.
to convey
Be
everyone.
only one. If you don't like anyone, it's hello.
Just leave everyone. Believe only one. If you don't like anyone, live alone.
Laughed so fucking hard.
Okay, I think she's like the real talent. She's got like. You think that's how he gets the kids to come in?
That's how he lures them in.
The la la la. Oh my god.
Honestly, beautiful. A work of art. You really can't ask for much better.
You
than
can't. I mean, you got to like seriously I think if you're gonna shame a country and shame a people to never be in public again, I think Indian people like take the cake.
Wait, are we watching more?
This is his other hit.
Oh, he had another hit? Are you saying that that was the initial song that started it all, and he actually
That was the
started
song,
putting
and
out
then this
bangers?
is it.
Baby girl, move like a salsa. I saw you at the corner of my eye. Felt like a spotlight on ya. No one in the room but you and I. Baby,
Honestly,
make
I
it
feel like
writer.
he sounds like Akon.
Together we make it special.
He actually got a writer this
Then
time.
make it special. Let's move, baby. Let's move faster. Let's move, baby. Let's move faster. Let's move, baby. Let's move faster. Oh no, make it special.
Not all right.
Oh, yeah, look at him go.
Oh yeah, no, that's okay.
And pop and
All
lock
right,
it, baby.
he won me over.
Pop and
He won
lock
me
it.
over. I just
So
came.
this is
I came twice.
this is like the
See, ladies,
highest of
Ladies,
the
this
talent
is what
pool
you're
you're gonna find in India is right here. Like it doesn't get better than this.
You know what's so great?
Whenever I
pause it for
slow
one
down
second.
with ya.
like 40, 50 years ago, like this is basically what my dad's look was. Like the
Oh, yeah.
shaggy mop top and like the mustache. That's what my mom fell for.
And
So
the
fellas,
huge
so fellas,
huge
take
glasses.
note, okay? If you're looking, if you're still single out there, you're looking for love, you know, take it from this guy, okay?
It-
He's on to
it's
something.
coming back. It's
I mean,
coming
this
back.
guy is drowning in pussy right now.
Oh, you know it. Well, he's the top 1% in India.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it's like
Desirable. He's the top 1% desirable in India. That's what they are. Like this is the the cream of the crop in India.
and there's a
is
lot
right
of
here.
crop there. There's a lot of crop there, mainly because they don't shave and they're all hairy. But
Oh my god, the smell.
God, I can't
Look,
remember
look.
where I heard that. I mean, look, to his credit, the guy's playing the game the right way. And in a country with 1 billion people, you know, you got to have options.
Like how long ago was this? This was 5 years ago. The other one was
Yeah.
11 years ago.
Man.
This actually goes hard. I miss the hype man producer though.
The hype man
I was-
producer. Is
yeah,
that
what's the
the
last-
girl?
The last video, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the girl. So wild. Anyways,
Oh, that's too good.
now that we've settled and we cleansed ourselves of thinking of bad things, let's talk about some other bad things. Like for
go.
example, how if you well, I'll just show you. Unfortunately, Habibis, it pains me to say this, but our boy Hunter Biden, he's in trouble. And we got to help him. You know, a father's love can only do so much.
Can
But
only go so
let's-
far.
Only go so far, okay? And what do you do when your father's love meets an immovable object, in this case, the Department of Justice? Well, this is what happens.
Hunter Biden has just been indicted on felony gun charges, 3 counts. We have been told that count 1 is a false statement in purchase of a firearm. Count 2, a false statement also related to information required to be kept by federal firearms licensed dealers. And the 3rd count is possession of a firearm by a person who is an unlawful user or addicted to a controlled substance.
Now, I know what you're all thinking, okay? Why? Why would they indict such a person? In fact, Jarvis, who is now a friend of the Habibi Bros and on the show, well, not a regular, but maybe inshallah he will be, saying that they indicted Hunter for the only thing that he did that ruled, lying to the feds about guns.
Honestly, yeah, it's pretty base. You know, you can't lie about that.
Yeah,
to
like,
lie to the feds about it.
Look, okay, all right. It's one of those things where it's like now you're now you're met with the crowd of people. I think what's the former mayor of what's it called of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms. I know I love the name just as much as you. She actually tweeted quite. I mean, look, let's just fucking read it. Can anyone tell me how many people have been federally indicted for purchasing a gun while dealing with substance abuse issues? I don't know the answer, but in my over 29 years as an attorney, I have never heard of it. Again, this is a woman who ran the city of Atlanta for however many years.
Right. They totally out themselves when they tweet shit like this, and on like every you want to start thinking about every other case that they oversaw. Like, was it done properly? Was it done right? Or were they putting their stupid fucking bias like this in it? Because this is absolutely garbage, because she should know better, because it has nothing to do with him, having substance abuse. It's him lying to the feds. And they go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just gonna say that, like, I think honestly the feds are just jealous that his father loves him that much.
Right.
It's only a real possibility.
They don't have the same level of love from let's just say, her name is Keisha, so she probably didn't really have a father around, so she's pretty very, very much like upset and jealous on the amount of love that she sees by Joe Biden give his son Hunter Biden, and she wants to make that keeps on going. She's living vicariously through Hunter for her father's love.
Jesus Christ. Jay.
But like, to get back to the like proper thing about this and why what she was saying is absolute horseshit is because it has nothing to do with him being on substance abuse and owning a firearm. It has with him lying to the feds, which all of these people would throw the fucking book at any one of their political opponents if they were caught lying to the feds.
Here's the craziest part about it, Jay, and I want everyone to know how crazy this is. The type of law that Hunter Biden broke or violated to get indicted are the types of laws that liberals, mainly pro-gun control advocates, fight for. Those are the types of laws that they want to see implemented, and all of a sudden the son of the president that they support and they voted for is now being indicted on the laws that they pushed for. And honestly, conservatives and Second Amendment advocates probably would push for the same laws, but like they would do it because it's a no-brainer. And it's almost like everything's topsy-turvy. Like, you have the Jarvis tweet that I just showed you, where it's like the only thing, the only thing, they indicted Hunter for literally for the one thing he did that ruled, and that's lying to the feds about guns. It's just
right. That's and everybody wants to say that lying to the feds is the worst thing you can do, and you're going to get thrown the book at you over and all that kind of stuff. Because you don't talk to feds. When you look at
if the feds can lie about you, which they do all the time,
right?
You can lie to the feds. I'm not a lawyer.
Okay, this is not legal advice.
This is not legal advice. This is not legal advice. I'm not a lawyer. But Jay, I watched one episode of Suits, and that was good enough for me.
Well, I watched 4 seasons 4 different times.
Oh, so you're more knowledgeable about this matter than
about law than you are. Yes, and the thing is like, never talk to the feds. Never have your lawyer talk to them, unless the lawyer is like Giuliani. Then no, you talk to him.
I don't know if he can represent anyone at this moment, considering that I think his law license is suspended.
Oh, for sure. I mean, after his first, mommy milker incident, probably.
I know. Man,
But yeah,
so
you're having so many of these people coming out saying that, like, I've never seen somebody get charged for being on substance abuse and owning a firearm, and all of their
like,
defenders are coming out. If you look at the replies to that tweet, you're going to see all of the usual suspects that used to be either lawyers or district attorneys or assistant district attorneys saying the same thing, and it's just fucking insanely garbage that you're seeing this.
yeah. And on top of that, like, given the previous indictment of Hunter Biden, that was then like what was it? It was considered a slap on the wrist initially. Then they pulled it back, and then they put this other indictment on here. I can't tell if I can't tell if like the DOJ is doing this to try to be like, see, they can't criticize us now for basically this 2-tier system of justice and locking up like people who were at the Capitol on January 6th for like 22 years, or even not at the Capitol for 22 years. And like it just feels like a CYA move, a cover your ass move. Like they're just doing it to shield themselves from criticism, and it has nothing to do with whether they actually care about like the actual equal justice under the law.
No.
It seems very fabricated and
Yeah.
I don't know, manufactured, if you will, astroturfed.
We're right. It's a distraction from they're trying to pretend like, oh, see, we're actually going after him, and then you're like, well, what about the things that actually fucking matter, like all of this, behind the scenes of the bribery and the corruption and using the dad's name while he was VP to get ahead, and also using his dad's permission and dealing with his dad and all of these things that are going to go like there's a deeper, like if I was the DOJ, or if I was, the district attorney worth my shit, I would be going after Hunter Biden to get Joe Biden, because Joe Biden's the bigger fish. And for a fact that there's something there if you dig a little bit deeper, and they want to pretend there's no evidence.
They do want to pretend there's no evidence. I mean, I feel like this is the red meat that they're giving to like Biden's detractors to avoid going after the father. I think I'm just repeating what you just said. Am I not? Basically.
Well, basically, yes.
This is what happens when I try to multitask. I'm sorry, Habibis. I'm sorry, Jeff.
No, you're okay. For the Habibis who don't know, Spencer is not with us right now. He's actually off,
the motherfucker's studying abroad there. The motherfucker, he didn't leave us like we expect him to come back, but he left us, that son of a bitch. And so
that's
we're
what
left.
Happened.
We're
so
left.
we
are literally left with a cripple.
Exactly, and he's not even Jewish.
I know. It's like
insane.
it's like the Jews aren't even trying. It's like the Jews just gave up on us. Okay, Soros doesn't care about our show anymore. They gave us a cripple to produce our show.
Well, you know what it is. Now that Soros is gone, his son is taking over. We're gonna need to make
so he's trying to
really
diversify a bit.
Well, we need to make a bigger impact. I mean, Soros knew what danger we posed, but his son looks like he's somebody who thinks he's top shit and doesn't have to worry about these two Arabs who are talking smack on Rumble. But I got news for you, Soros. We're coming for you too.
We're coming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're coming long, and we're coming hard.
Exactly. Can't you see how hard we made your dad? It's life.
Wait, what? You had me at the first part. I don't know why you had to add the second.
Wait, I'm just saying how
that's
hard
two. That's technically
Wait.
two true statements in one sentence.
I just tried to.
Anyway,
fuck Soros. Okay, here we go.
So while that's all happening with Hunter Biden, we actually have this to share with you. out of New Mexico. Now, this is from
Oh shit. We're talking about this stuff, and then this is exactly what happened right outside in the sky. That is
What is that?
that is
Jay, what am I?
aftermath. You see that in the sky?
Yeah, what is that aftermath?
It's the lasers trying to hit us.
Oh, really?
That's what it is.
Wait, what lasers? The Jewish space lasers?
Yeah, of course. You say Soros
okay.
and they try to kill you. That is weird as fuck.
That,
The aliens
makes
are here.
sense. Well, the aliens are in a little bit. We'll talk about the aliens. This is New Mexico Governor Michelle Lubin.
Lujan. It's I think it's Mexican.
How do you
the J
say
is
that?
an H.
So
it is Governor Maria Lujan
Griselda. Governor Maria Lujan Griselda. She tweets out, "Today I issued a 30-day ban on the open and concealed carrying of guns in Albuquerque and Bernalillo County. Gun violence is killing between 2 and 3 children every month in New Mexico. Every single one of these deaths is unconscionable and they must stop." Pretty sure she can't do that. Can she? Can she really do that?
No.
Well, according to, hold up, I think this is will help illustrate and maybe shine a little bit of light. This is Bernalillo County Sheriff John Allen saying that he will not actually enforce the law of New Mexico Governor Maria Lujan Griselda's concealed carry and open carry ban. And here's a little bit of what he said.
Clear. I hold my standards high, and I do not or never will hedge on what is right. And I take my oath seriously. In reference to concealed carry and open carry, the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office will not enforce this segment of the order. While I understand the urgency, the temporary ban challenges the foundations of our Constitution, but most importantly, it is unconstitutional. My oath was to protect the Constitution, and that is what I will do. The governor made it clear in her press conference. She knew we as law enforcement did not agree with the order, and as a result, this was solely her decision. Other than this ban being unconstitutional, here are other reasons why I will not enforce the order.
It's gay. It's 100% gay. It's the gayest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Right. And I look at your face every day. But like the admission
and my cock and balls, Jay. Don't leave that part out.
If I could see them. No, but what's hilarious here is he's admitting that she had a meeting with them and went over this, and they told her that they're not going to enforce it, and they told her this is unconstitutional. They told her she doesn't have the power to do this. I think people, and I think governors, and I think, and we can thank Trump for this, is when COVID hit and everyone hit these emergency powers, they made it seem like they were the end all be all to be able to do whatever the fuck they wanted. Close down your business, send your kids home, not allow you to go to the fucking park. Like you weren't, the governor here in California went and closed off public skate parks with sand.
Right.
That's how far they took it.
So I think a lot of these people, arguably the most insane use of government resources I think I've ever seen, apart from like all the other insane shit we do. But like, you're gonna, all right, yeah, continue, because there's just so many, like, everything that they do out of a public health emergency. They call this a public health emergency, by the way.
Right.
That's what Governor Maria Lubin Griselda said. Okay.
And it's all arbitrary, like the way that they say these things, because during COVID also racism was considered a public health emergency. And that's why they allowed people to do the 2020 Summer of Love, because before you're not able to do anything. So all of these like emergency powers that they start to take over are used for the most dumbass, unproductive reasons, and they take your rights away because of it. Like this was only for a stunt for her, because she thought that this is what like the libs are going to look at, and this is like her agenda, and take away the
And
guns.
it's like, I think that's like, this is like a play to like enter the conversation of being like a national political figure. It was almost like it's not it's almost like her trying to be a DeSantis in some way, shape, or form. Like she was trying to be defiant against all the pro 2A advocates. And well, let's just show you kind of what happened after that. I don't actually. Oh, before we get to what actually happened, let's go ahead and check out this little interview that Governor Griselda did on CNN.
We just heard from the sheriff. He joins the attorney general and others who say they won't enforce it. It's unconstitutional. Why do
you're
it
a dumb bitch.
be enforced?
Well, that's their opinion. They have no bold actions. They don't have any plans for reducing gun violence.
That's just your opinion, man. I'm sorry. The Constitution.
That is, Jay. That is Big. That is a Big Lebowski answer. Have you seen Big Lebowski?
Yeah, no, I've never watched it, but I know the meme.
Okay, there's like a John. It's like John Goodman. John Goodman's character. I'm blanking on his name right now.
Not John Good. No, it's not John Goodman. John Goodman's the
John Goodman and Jeff Daniels. John Goodman.
Jeff
No,
Daniels.
Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
Jeff Bridges. Sorry, Jeff Bridges and John Goodman having a conversation or some shit like that, and Jeffrey Lebowski says, "Well, that's just like your opinion, man." That is literally her response.
Which is fucking in response to they're saying that the Constitution doesn't allow for it, and it's like, well, that's just your opinion, and they're doing nothing bold or anything about the gun violence.
So this is from the New Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres saying he will not defend Governor Griselda's in lawsuits she now faces over a ban on carrying guns. Saying, quote, though I recognize my statutory obligation as New Mexico's chief legal officer to defend state officials when they are sued in their official capacity, my duty to uphold and defend the constitutional rights of every citizen takes precedence. Imagine that shit, okay? An attorney general who's normally their job is to basically defend the chief executive of that state saying like, I'm out, bitch. This is all you. Done.
Right, and it's not some mega right wing whatever type of attorney general either. That guy is a Democrat attorney general. He's a lefty, and it's amazing some of these governors what they think they can do in terms of using executive overreach. And I think it's because we have this I want to say this environment and this attitude to presidents right now doing executive actions with no repercussions in terms of pushback until it's something like really. I mean, we've seen a lot of it happening with Obama, and then you see a lot of it happening under Trump, and then you see a lot of it happening with Biden, and you don't see the Congress doing their actual jobs. Like, it's so refreshing to actually see the checks and balances working the way that they're supposed to. In terms of these things,
and like, it's funny, and I have yet to see anyone make this. And I know this is a losing argument for them, but I'm just waiting for the one lib or one like uniparty advocate saying like this is an attack on democracy.
Right?
Are you fucking kidding me? It was that law was so much that even David Hogg couldn't get behind it. And let me tell you, a lot of people have gotten behind David Hogg. If you know what I mean.
They would have. Oh yeah.
So how did it turn out? Well, a federal judge then basically blocked the suspension of the right to carry firearms. And Governor Griselda tweeted in response. It's a nice little copium here. saying, today a judge temporarily blocked sections of our public health order, but recognized the significant problem of gun violence in the state. I refuse to be resigned to the status quo, and I will never stop fighting to prevent other families from enduring these tragedies. She calls it a public health order. And
Right.
look, I don't think any of us would be would say to ourselves, I don't think any of us would say that gun violence isn't a problem in the United States. Obviously, it's a problem. It's also a pretty shitty solution to say, hey, we're just going to make guns illegal. That's not going to stop a fucking criminal from shooting you. All you're doing is punishing law-abiding citizens. How many times do we have to fucking say this before you actually get it?
Right. And it's not only that, the other like insane thing about it is that concealed carry and permit holders are least likely to commit crimes compared to the people that this is not going to affect. Like, you put this in law, you're only going to start having like police interactions with law-abiding citizens where they would not have had these interactions before. While the criminals are still going to be criminals. They're not going to abide by these from the beginning. They didn't abide by them in the first place to get permits or to get concealed carry permits or any of that kind of stuff. So now you're causing more police interactions with more of the public for more things to go wrong.
Right. When you create more laws and you have to enforce more laws, you're going to get a rising rate in crime because you're just basically expanding the definition of crime when things that were normally not crimes become crimes. Okay. It is not a crime to open or conceal carry. It shouldn't be a crime. It's this shit is protected by the Second Amendment. And it's honestly sad, like, how retarded people are in buying into this shit. I used to buy into this all the time, Jay. I think the one thing that really changed my mind about pretty much everything about the liberal orthodoxy was their take on guns, because as soon as they started coming after Arabs and Muslims, again, I shouldn't have to say this because, like, it's one of those things where, like, I feel retarded saying it because, like, oh, I didn't care about this issue until it affected me. Well, it did and didn't. Like, it could have affected me with respect to, like, their no-fly, no-buy gun proposal after the Pulse nightclub shooting back in 2016. At the same time, it is one of those things where you it takes something like that to really, you know, shake you to your core and make you wake up and be like, holy shit, this is what I've been advocating for. Like, this like, no, I'm like, get me off this ride ASAP. And it's just kind of wild how this is all shaken down. Like, what really annoys me is how Democrats and gun control advocates just think that by creating laws is just going to solve the problem. There's no person out there who wants to kill other people, say indiscriminately or discriminately, say it's like a targeted hate crime of some sort, which is obviously not unheard of. And it's not always white supremacists, by the way, Jay.
Surprisingly,
surprise. No one's ever going to be like, oh, the law says I can't murder this person. Shucks.
I can't do it anymore.
Can't
and they
do
think
it.
it's going to curb crime in any aspect. And it's amazing because you can see that even gun violence and gun crime isn't the highest rate of what's killing Americans, but it is. We're not going to sit here and say that, like, it's not a problem. We don't see it. We don't see what happens in schools and everything. But taking away rights from other people is not the way to solve it. Securing schools is one way to solve it. And
like, we've talked about this at length too, Jay.
Right. And they don't like to talk about the right stories that show that these things work. I mean, the other day I read a story of a school in Texas that only has one point of entry. And that diverted a shooter. Like, they stopped a shooter from shooting up the school because they had only one point of entry.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where, and I've seen this at plenty of schools, like, you have one point of entry, but you have many exits, okay? Because obviously you have to, you know, your school has to be up to a certain fire code, right? Because if shit went wrong, Like you can't have everybody just going out the point of entry. That doesn't make any sense. But you can prevent people from getting into the school and just have many doors that just you can't get in. There's no handles to come out.
Right. Come. But when it comes to this gun issue, it's the way the media likes to portray the stories, and even the stories that they choose to highlight, because they will never highlight a story of a good guy with a gun that stopped a perpetrator. That never happens unless you see it in a right-wing news like Daily Caller or something like that.
Yeah.
You will never ever see it on CNN or MSNBC. And it's the same
On top
thing
of
with the
that,
school stuff.
I mean, like we had like we had the Covenant shooting in Tennessee. Was it Kentucky or Tennessee? I'm trying to remember. I thought it was in Tennessee. Remember the trans shooter, the Audrey Aiden Hale?
Yes.
That was in Tennessee, right?
It was Nashville.
Yeah. Okay.
Audrey Hale,
Nashville, Tennessee, Covenant School, where 3 children were murdered and 3 faculty and staff were murdered. That obviously, we've talked about that at length. Everybody on the left, when they identified who the shooter is, if it's a white person, they always say it's a white supremacist. But as soon as it came to being a trans person, they're like, "Oh, what does identity? What does the person's identity have to do with anything?"
Right.
know?
As soon as it's a like, for example, not only that, also when you had the I still forget his name because they never really showed it, but that black guy who mowed down with his car in a parade. And instead of naming the guy, they keep on saying car, runaway car. Yeah, it was Brooks. Runaway car. Mowed down, so you don't really see the guy's race, but they will go and they'll call Rittenhouse a white supremacist racist for defending himself.
People think that Kyle Rittenhouse killed 3 black people or shot 3 black people, killing 2 of them. All of the people that he shot were white.
Right.
One of which was it 2 of them that were pedophiles or convicted of rape? It was something like that.
Yeah, it was. Shooting white is right. That's how I remember that there were only white people that were shot.
So, yes,
the way
New Mexico overturning a federal judge. I don't even know who the federal judge is, but it shouldn't. It should not even have gone this long. I'm glad that it got quickly resolved. Is the New Mexico governor going to appeal it? Well, I can't imagine the L that she's going to take if she does. I mean, she literally has L in her name, Jay. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, she does.
Look, where is it? I just had it here. Okay. Here it is. Sorry, I'm bouncing around here. She literally has an L in her name. You can't spell Michelle without L.
Nope. No, and she got 2 L's. She has 3 L's in her name.
She's got 3 L's. Plus
she got an L from the attorney general. She got an L from the chief, and she got an L from a federal judge. Look at that. 3 L's and 3 L's in her name.
3 L's. Man, tough scene indeed. Anyways, Jay, you know what also is a tough scene?
When you're shaving your balls in the morning.
Jay, you know I don't shave my balls. You have my pubic hair in your mouth to prove it. Anyways, what's happening in Mexico? You thought our Congress was a shit show. Look at what's happening in Mexico. They're not sending their best people. Okay, these are not the aliens that you should be worried about. Okay, these are the wrong Mexican aliens. Now, Mexico's Congress, they just unveiled 2 dead aliens estimated to be around 1,000 years old. No, just watch this shit.
Evolución posterior.
What's really funny is that's just a normal sized Mexican.
Jay, you never told me that was your ancestor.
Look at that. Ben's getting the hang of it.
Ben's getting the hang of it. Look at that. They released us on the day after 9/11. The nerve of these people.
I know. PSYOP, man. PSYOP. I mean, I can't. Well, to be honest, Dianne Feinstein and Mitch McConnell actually look pretty good in these pictures coming back to Congress.
De acuerdo a la Universidad
When are they running?
Nacional Autónoma de México, quien realizó los análisis de carbono 14.
Did he just say anal? Anal? I think he just said anal.
Well, he's probably talking about like when they were probing, because aliens probe. So
that's
probed,
right. Anal.
They probed
aliens.
back. They probed these aliens back.
Wow.
He's just like
That's karma,
they
baby.
probed me. They probed me 30 years ago, and I probed back.
I look. I am of the belief that love is love.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to. You should be able to probe any alien that you want. That's consent obviously if they consent.
14.
Yes.
Estos seres tienen alrededor de 1000 años de
But just like
antigüedad.
animals,
Es decir,
I mean, can they
no
consent?
se trata de seres que
Well, if you could get I probably could, but if you could get a normal sized dick in there, better believe they could consent.
fueron recuperados en aves que son.
So Jay, I'm just getting the impression here that aliens are real. This is as legit. This is actually I don't mean any sarcasm by this. Obama is gay and aliens are real.
Yeah, that's
And Obama probably fucked these aliens already.
exactly right.
And did blow off of their boners. Arguably. Smoked cocaine. But yes, Jay came up with this banger right here, the 2024 presidential debate, which actually got some really great numbers. Look at that. 6,900
Nice.
likes. Very nice. I think
Honestly,
wow. And we're at 6,900 followers on the
Followers.
Habibi Bros account. Look at that.
That's nice. Look at us go,
That's very
Habibi.
nice. Look at that. So we only have
The-
60 more followers before we hit the penultimate 69 followers. So go ahead.
Inshallah
give
soon.
The Habibi Bros on Twitter. Follow at Habibi_Bros. But yeah, the alien thing, Jay, it feels a bit manufactured, does it not? Like who in their right mind's like, here's the psyop of the century. We're just gonna play it on Mexican citizens. Look at these fucking aliens.
Right. You know, it's really, I mean, look, if I was a conspiracy theorist on
Which we
Alex
are.
Jones level, it's kind of coincidental that every time there's something that's happening with the Bidens, they're releasing something new about aliens.
It is
Isn't that
100%.
amazing?
Isn't that something, Jay?
That is 100% essentially absolutely fucking coincidental. Like they mean nothing else by it.
Joshin says when she keeps sucking after you nut. Really, that
dries you out, baby.
She sucked the soul out of you.
Oh man, look at them. Fuck, they're all small. But the thing is, it's like, I mean,
They look so
we've
happy,
seen
too.
these things. We've seen these things over and over and over and over again. They always come out as hoax. They always come out as like they're just children mummified. They always come out like, they put animal chicken feet on them or some shit. Over and over and over again. Like unless like right now, for instance, like they take over all broadcasting, then and then come out and let us know that they're for real, then none of this is
So, like, here's the thing. I don't think anybody who thought like if we had legitimate evidence that aliens were real, I don't think you take that shit public.
No.
You keep a lid on that shit as much as you can. Like, just think about here's the thing. I don't know if aliens are real or not. But if you're a government of any country around the world, if you have evidence that could just literally change and warp cause some level of chaos or so discord within your country's culture and the fabric of that country, why the fuck would you just televise that and broadcast that shit? That is
right.
Unless you're trying to cause a panic, it has to be that's why I think this is in particular is fake, because for one, I haven't seen a whole lot of riots going on, because I think most people are smart enough to understand that this shit just doesn't seem real. And maybe I misjudge people in thinking that they would question everything if they're presented with, ironclad evidence that aliens existed. We'd have to see that shit. We'd have to see aliens alive in person. It has to be in person, because we can't trust what's on the internet anymore.
No.
You could literally, the deep fakes are so good that honestly, I'm having a hard time figuring out if the Susanna Gibson thing is even real.
Bro, dude, if this was in the 1970s or the 1960s, there will be people shitting their pants.
Oh, 100%.
That's what would happen right then 100%. And there. Honestly, it's just nuts. And if they want to introduce, because there's a theory, the best way to introduce the one world government, or to get people to bow down and obey and go with a one world government would be a catastrophic event. And it would be something like an alien invasion that will decimate somewhere between 40 to 50 to even 60% of the population. And the rest of the human race will have to band together under one government in order to fight off this.
So what you're telling me is, Jay, that we're going to have a one world government under the guise of a public health emergency led by none other than President Stacey Abrams.
There you go.
She did it before. Watch Star Trek.
Yep, she can do it again. And what's really funny is that is also the story on the Star Trek. And the Federation didn't exist until after a catastrophic war that decimated almost 80% of the population.
Wait, say that again.
Star Trek. In Star Trek, the Federation
Star Trek,
was born after some sort of yeah.
This is how you get. This is how you get President Stacey Abrams. Hey, Nina Infinity. Nina Infinity stopping by the Rumble chat in the live chat. You should go check her channel out on Rumble. Every Friday she does a good news stream, 2 p.m. East, and then she streams games as well. Nice gal. Anyways, Jay, I think it's time for us to finally react to this. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. We have not yet watched this because this is a video. This is one of those things where we were going to do this on Tuesday. We just ran out of time because we had so many topics. But Tim Cook tweets out this video, and we're going to watch the whole thing in its entirety, okay? But let me just give you sort of the quick and dirty of it. He tweets out, "At Apple, we believe that climate change is one of the world's most urgent priorities, and we are deeply committed to doing our part. Today, we have a special guest, a real force of nature, stop by to check on our progress." 5-minute video. All right, let's just go for it.
I like the body positive getting the fat chick to run in the opening scene.
What's that?
I said I like the body positivity getting the fat chick to run in the first scene.
That seems actually very anti-body positive because her running is fat phobic.
Oh, that's true. Wow.
Yeah.
Man, look at them. They're trying to be inclusive, but then they
also exclusive
at the same time. Interesting.
That's big. That's Apple. They contradict their entire mission statement in the first 10 seconds of the video. I don't know if I can watch anymore. I can't watch any more of this hatred, Jay. It's too much. But for the Habibis, we'll watch it with you.
Hi, I'm Tim.
She should be here any minute.
How is the weather coming in? Hi, I'm Tim. Yeah, I'm gonna do the offices already carbon neutral thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, who do you think the special guest is, Jay?
Fuck if I know. He said I'm going to be doing the offices or carbon neutral thing. I don't know. It has to do something with the climate. So
Do you think so? Like, what's our odds here? Do we think it's like Greta Thunberg?
it might be Greta or who's that other climate person from? Not from the government, not the United States.
Oh,
Maybe
Leonardo
one of the-
DiCaprio.
Maybe Leonardo DiCaprio. Maybe I don't think it's John Kerry. It can't because it said she. Maybe it is Thunberg. Maybe it is Thunberg. It's not the energy secretary of the United States, but I think maybe it's
Granholm?
Greta Thunberg.
What was it, Jennifer Granholm?
The can't serve you is it Dylan Mulvaney? Probably.
Yeah.
All yours.
He killed that fucking plant.
I know they killed the plant. I don't understand. Oh, look at that, gay.
I hope we didn't keep you waiting.
What? Is it Mother Nature?
I hope we didn't keep you waiting.
That's fucking Octavia Spencer. That's not Mother Nature. Who are you trying to fool here? Tim Cook, Tim Apple.
What
He's
I really
supposed to be a
like,
literal apple.
I like the fact that Mother Nature is a fat black woman.
Rod Piper said it's Lizzo.
Mother Nature. Welcome
Mother
to
Nature.
Apple.
Do they know
was the weather?
how much methane a fat black person emits in a year? Do they not understand this? Mother Nature is a fat black person. The methane must be insane.
So what they're telling us is that by not by opposing any of these climate change proposals, we're killing black women, namely Octavia Spencer.
Getting in.
The weather was however I wanted it to be. Let's cut to the chase. In 2020, you promised to bring Apple's entire carbon footprint to zero by 2030. Henry David Thoreau over here said we have a profound opportunity to build a more sustainable future for the planet we share.
I think our 10 o'clock said the same thing.
They all do. All right. This is my third corporate responsibility gig today, so who wants to disappoint me first?
Well, we've got some updates we're excited to share with you.
Materials status.
Is there a materials
They
person?
closed down the slave laborers in Africa. They closed down the child
but
slave labor.
It's okay. They still got Xinjiang, right? They still got the Chinese slave labor, right?
Well, no, they closed that down too. I mean, if you're going to like really talk about carbon neutrality and Mother Nature, they're not mining cobalt anymore. They're not blowing up the sides of mountains for the shit to go into their iPhones, right? Or incentivizing other countries to do that either, right? Am I right? Or are they just speaking bullshit?
I don't know,
let's
Jay.
find out.
Let's find out.
Yes, we are in the process of eliminating all plastic from our packaging by the end.
Let me guess. 50 years from now when someone else is left holding the bag?
By the end of next year, actually.
When we're also currently using 100% recycled aluminum in the enclosures of all our MacBooks, Apple TVs, Apple Watch.
What about iPod Shuffle? It's a joke. Don't you people make Ted Lasso?
Oh, that's a different group.
We're also phasing out leather in our iPhone cases.
What about Brando over there? They phasing you out too?
Oh.
What's next?
Electricity.
Electricity.
Wait, I thought they wanted to kill all the cows because they produce all the methane. So wouldn't they want to keep?
Now that the fat black woman is representing Mother Nature, I don't think methane matters anymore.
You're thinking 2 steps ahead of me, Habibi.
City status.
We're operating on 100% clean electricity.
What runs on 100% clean electricity?
Every Apple office, store, and data center runs on clean electricity. Thanks to you and your.
Honestly,
what is the clean electricity? They're not even telling us
clean.
What is clean. Is it
like
the windmills that are killing?
like is it STD free? Like that dick commercial that we both love?
Maybe, but yeah. Well, while you go get that out, I mean, 100% clean is like the windmills that they're killing the whales with. Does Mother Nature not care about the whales? I mean, she's one herself.
I'm kind of surprised that she would be this bigoted about this.
Powerful wind and sun.
And Apple offices are already carbon neutral.
Birds, whales, all of that kind of stuff gone.
It's honestly,
and not to mention the turtles that have the sand turtles, all of the different kind of critters that you have to get rid of in order to put enough solar panels in order for it to power the Apple offices and the Apple stores in random fucking places.
Yeah, also all of that nonsense about electric vehicles, like think of how much coal they have to mine and burn off in order to charge that electric vehicle. At that point, it's no longer carbon neutral, it's carbon positive. You're emitting more and more carbon emissions into the atmosphere, and you're doing it. It's basically sweeping it under the rug, saying, "Oh, I'm doing stuff to help the environment," when really all you're doing is, taking a shit and swiping, leaving it under the radiator, which I have not done yet.
Well, of course. And then also, I haven't heard anything about the factories in China. They don't say, are the factories in China running on solar and wind? I mean, she's Mother Nature. I thought she's supposed to know this stuff, but she's dumb enough to take the corporation for the word.
Honestly, I'm shocked and appalled at how dumb Mother Nature could be.
I know. They made Mother Nature to be a dumb bitch. Go ahead.
It's really unfortunate. But anyways, this is what I mean by clean, okay?
I love dick. You love dick. We all love dickity dick dick dick. But asking are you clean can be pretty mean. Now you're just being a dick dick dick. Eat a dick, ride a dick. Just don't be a dick getting dick.
Right. What is clean anymore? Sad world we live in, Jay. Anyways, let's continue.
Building is carbon neutral.
Did you play that because she's black?
Clean energy and
what?
Did you play that HIV commercial because she's black? Is that a dig?
No.
Oh, okay. I must be racist then.
I mean, Jay, you are, but it's okay. You're my racist.
Neutral.
Well, yeah, we do it with a mix of clean energy and eliminating greenhouse emissions. It's kind of like if you were to.
You're seriously explaining carbon neutrality to Mother Nature?
Right. No.
He's mansplaining.
Well, apparently they're going to have to explain it to you because you don't understand like what happens when you build windmills and solar panels. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
they
let him do his job. Don't you trust the experts, Mother Nature? Are you anti-vax now too? Gonna do your own research?
Sorry, you want to tell me how photosynthesis works too? Don't.
Also, over 300 suppliers
This Aaron Rodgers looking ass over here.
have committed to using 100% clean,
Not her. I'm talking about Octavia Spencer.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
renewable electricity.
What's next?
Transportation. I'm proud to report that we're shipping more products by ocean rather than air, which reduces transportation emissions by 95%.
95%? Not too bad.
I'm also happy to report.
But what fucking metric?
I know it's all arbitrary garbage bullshit.
They're throwing out percentages and acting like that's actually doing anything. They probably replace it with like, oh, we're moving more towards ocean than air, but we're also going to be using 18-wheelers to move all our product to those oceans. I mean, how else do you get containers from point A to point B?
Right. They don't
Well,
fly.
are they
also
electric?
Because it's so
are they
expensive.
electric 18 wheelers?
And it's also
Explain
because
to me
it's-
this.
You can't. It doesn't. None of it is real. But the typical people that will cheer this on, like stupid fucking tech journalists and dumb fuck gadget journalists and all that kind of stuff, are going to praise this. And you're going to see MSNBC praise this, and everybody praise like, oh, this is like such good production value, blah blah blah. Yeah, they're bringing an issue that nobody ever talks about to the forefront.
No one ever talks about this stuff.
Nobody's talking about
No one ever
this.
talks about how Mother Nature is a obese black woman.
No, nobody talks about the methane that's released by fat black women. No, nobody talks about it.
Or that we're investing in projects around the world that protect the Earth's soil, plants, and trees.
Everyone says they're planting trees.
We've planted forests.
Oh, hello.
Where?
Who's this fucking guy here that's just like undermining everything? Honestly, she should fire him right now.
I don't know, but it's the same kind of a like on all of these type of writers and shows. It's the same kind of gay assistant
Also,
that is over there. That's
aren't
supposed
they
to
also
bring
supposed
like
to be...
the sass and all that kind of stuff.
Aren't they also supposed to be all on strike right now? Where the fuck did this come from?
Oh, the writers and everything. Well,
Writers,
that
actors,
again-
like unless
this is
like
all-
this is a is this all a documentary? It's gotta be a documentary.
Yeah, it was probably all written by AI. To be honest.
Paraguay, Brazil.
What, are you trying to save the tropical savanna?
Yes. And we've also restored mangroves in Colombia.
What else?
Grasslands in Kenya.
Why?
Our aim is to permanently remove carbon from the atmosphere.
You can't fucking permanently remove carbon from the atmosphere. That you need carbon to survive. We are made of carbon.
Oh, not only that,
Carbon is in the air. It's part of the
plants
mixture
need
of what we
We
breathe.
secrete it.
You have to be
And
completely
fat
fucking
black women
retarded to try
fart
to
it.
remove.
And they farted all the time.
fuck
Like
God.
it makes, there's no sense into this whatsoever.
Swear to God, these are the dumbest people on the fucking planet. Ugh.
What about your water usage?
We've reduced it.
By how much?
63 billion gallons.
Water usage. Oh, you're gonna try to eliminate us drinking water too?
63 million?
Billion.
That was my favorite part. Like everybody like took that and be like, what is she looking at? And it's like the slave camps.
As you can see,
the Uyghur camps or the Colbert slave mines and all that kind of stuff. What is she looking at?
I'm
innovated and retooled almost every part of our process to reduce our impact on the planet. But there's still a lot more work to do.
And there's something else we wanted to share with you.
You guys are going to kill yourselves.
You're not trying to bribe Mother Nature with apple swag.
Help
What was
with
that,
carbon neutrality. I was hoping they were saying that they were going to kill themselves to reduce carbon emissions.
Yes,
from the
that
Apple
actually that is the
headquarters.
quickest way of reducing carbon emissions, by just straight up offing yourself. This is actually proven to be true. And the fact that once you off yourself, you then become fertilizer for plants to grow. So or I mean
Another form of carbon.
another form of carbon.
It's Apple's very first carbon neutral product.
I want to see you do more of this.
They're just labeling shit carbon neutral, saying it's carbon neutral. They probably
I
haven't
know,
done jack shit. It's just a fancy tag they're putting on this shit now. Oh, it's carbon neutral.
It's so good. It's
Well,
so good.
By 2030, all Apple devices will have a net zero climate impact.
All of them?
All of them.
They better.
That means fucking nothing.
Of course.
Zero.
Nina,
Unless
Infinity
you
coming
like
out.
completely destroy all Apple products, then
Tina
it
Infinity
actually
say
has
Apple
this-
swag made by child labor. That's what they're giving her.
They will.
So this staring contest that we're seeing happening right now, this is the start of the race war, right?
Right. You know what's going to be the funniest thing? They're actually going to win an Emmy for this. I bet you anything they're going to win a fucking Emmy for this commercial. That's how fucking gay this industry is. This is how fucking retarded it is. It's how fucking
wait.
dumb people are.
Sadly, I don't even know if an Emmy, I don't even know if this qualifies for an Emmy, but somehow I feel like yes,
Oh
it
no,
will
people
somehow win an Emmy.
No, they're
Like they'll make a category. They'll come up with like a carbon neutral category. Like best carbon neutral piece of video or media series.
Okay, good. See you next year.
Don't disappoint your mother.
Fuck you, mom.
That's so fucking stupid. They're so dumb.
That honestly, Jay, so real quick, because I think you tweeted this in response, and I think it holds up true.
Yeah, I've never seen anything gayer in my life, and I do a show with Siraj Hashmi. And one of my other tweets did better than this too, is when I tweeted out the Kobbe line too. I mean, you guys really have to see that image and videos on the Kobbe mine to actually comprehend the complete inhumane standards that these people are mining in. And it's not only people, it's children too, where these countries lie and say, so not only you'll have companies like Apple, Tesla, and other tech companies, Samsung, they'll come out with letters talking about how they are against slavery or child slavery, and they only go through the most humane means to get their minerals. Every one of them is a fucking liar. Every one of them are liars. Every one of those letters are liars. They all use and they all go through the same Kobbe mines that use only like almost exclusively child labor, and they have like 10,000 people cramped into one space, all trying to fight as much as possible for it.
They can't starve you with a $10 Robo rant. Thank you. Saying short version, I work in disposable goods. Everyone got on the styrofoam bad train and we switched to some paper stuff. It's 10 times heavier, and reflects and fuel the ship. It comes from China. Sorry, I couldn't fit the whole thing in there, but thank you. Master Thief on the locals non-pores chat sent this saying, here's Apple's actual IRL board of directors. Notice anything off? They're all
No
faggots.
fat black chicks.
Oh, I was.
Well, I mean, you can see that they're taking the carbon neutrality very seriously, because they don't have fat black women to secrete methane on their board of directors.
Oh man. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, just actors. Those are all actors. They're not real. The only real people in it are the white ones.
Amazing. Just amazing. You really can't write this shit any better. Okay. Let's see here. All right, real quick. Susanna Gibson. We didn't get to watch any of her videos, unfortunately, because we get banned. But anyways, a Virginia Democratic candidate who was outed for recording sex acts with her husband for money on the live streaming website has received endorsements from various liberal politicians and influential advocacy groups, records show. And
especially Bill Clinton. Love your work.
Honestly, with arm flab like that there, Jay, with arm flab like that, who could say no? Who could say
I'll give you
that they
$10.
aren't.
Do it in a blue dress. Oh yeah.
Mommy
I love
milky.
it. You got it. I love your work.
And then here's Flapper with the beautiful meme, the Act Blue. Yeah. Act Blue.
Yeah. And it's really funny how how all of these liberal media places and stuff are pretending like she's some sort of victim for having like, how are you expecting you to be in a race and for something like this not to be found out? If a person went on a date who was not his wife and that was found out, that would have been enough to sink their political fucking run for whatever office that they're going through. So now they want to pretend that she's some sort of victim because he's a Democrat for doing sex work with her husband for tips on a live website. They were out there. This wasn't something that was, found like and used as revenge porn or any of that kind of stuff. She knowingly, as a fucking adult, put her stuff out there to get money on.
It's honestly I vote for her. I don't give a shit. Hey, if she's willing to do the same stuff with her husband in front of millions of people, she should do the same shit on the Virginia House floor. Fucking do it. I'm all for it. Elect her. Anyways, here's House Speaker Kevin McCarthy getting into this little feisty exchange with an AP reporter.
I haven't seen this yet. I heard it was great.
What?
I haven't seen this yet. I heard it was great.
Okay.
So what impeachment inquiry is to do is to get answers to questions. Are you concerned about all the stuff that was just recently learned? Do you have any concern? Have you asked the White House any questions?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe the president lied to the American public when he said he'd never talked to his son about business dealings? Yes or no? It's all right.
I can't answer that.
You can't answer that? Do you believe when they said the president went on conference calls? Do you believe that happened?
That's what the testimony says.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you believe the president went to Cafe Milano and had dinner with the clients of Hunter Biden, who believes he got those clients because he was selling the brand?
That's what the testimony says.
Okay. Do you believe Hunter Biden, when you saw the video of him driving a Porsche, that he got a...
She says that's what the testimony says because she can't say yes.
Yes.
Just fucking beautiful. All right, I'll shut up so we can finish it.
$143,000 to buy that Porsche the next day? Do you believe the $3 million from the Russian oligarch that was transferred to the shell companies that the Bidens controlled after the dinner from Cafe Milano took place?
So the testimony says.
Okay, then I go back. Do you think the president lied that he?
But is that an impeachable? Is lying an impeachable?
Well, you want to know? I'm not saying. I would like to know. Answer these questions. The American public like to know, and that's what impeachment inquiry provides.
She really actually tried. Oh, this poor fucking. That's what happens when all you're doing is just following fucking White House orders. Because what's really funny is just yesterday, the White House gave talking points to all of these journalists on how to push back on this inquiry
Literally,
from Republicans.
This is actually been. It's not even a matter of whether the White House did that shit. They fucking did that shit. Even bragging about it. Ian Sams, who, if you're not familiar with Ian Sams, he had some fucking. Oh man, Ian Sams. What am I gonna do about this bitch? I didn't tweet much today, so one of my more recent tweets will show you exactly this exchange or this actual meme that Ian Sams posted. But here's what he said basically. Today we wrote to leading U.S. news organizations asking them to do more to hold House Republicans accountable for their demonstrably false statements. We gave them a 14-page document refuting every claim Republicans say impeachment is based on. Read it all here. Okay. If that doesn't sound like fascism to you, if that doesn't sound like the federal government trying to push and tip the scales of what is often referred to as the fourth estate, that's supposed to be that additional check and balance, which is no really longer a check and balance, pushing and tipping the scales about what the narrative and what the spotlight is. That is technically the definition of fascism. It is the collaboration, wittingly or unwittingly, between the government, the public sector, and the private sector. And this is done in some of the more nefarious ways because it's all about power. Now, Ian Sams, if you're not familiar with him, he posted this shit. He made this meme back in, or this Photoshop in October 2019, so almost 4 years ago. Just look at that. It's Nancy Pelosi yelling at a President Kamala Harris. Because he worked for Kamala Harris.
He's so stupid. It is amazing. It's amazing.
And it says time for an upgrade.
It is so amazing how dumb he is. And the fourth state doesn't exist. It exists only to be pushing talking points for the administration. And what's really funny, before he even posted that, you already had people in CNN and MSNBC stating that all of this is without evidence. They're pushing the inquiry without evidence. They did blah, blah, blah with that. And the AP reporter before, when you were playing that video, she said there's no evidence. And then he started going into this whole point by point to her about this no evidence that they're trying to state.
Yeah.
And it is amazing.
It is absolute garbage and bullshit for them to say without evidence. They've moved the goalpost to say without direct evidence. Well, how many fucking qualifiers are you going to add to it?
And now she even stated that is lying is lying enough to impose to do an inquiry. They impeached Trump over less shit, over less lying and all that kind of stuff. They went through the full impeachment, and you had places like Washington Post 19 minutes into the Trump presidency pushing for impeachment, stating now impeachment's going to start.
Yep.
And they want to pretend
literal
that
headline.
there's some sort of barrier now to impeachment. That impeachment is this like big thing that we cannot step on and we can't make light of. These people make me fucking sick. If you think you hate reporters and you hate the fourth state, I promise you do not hate them enough. You need to hate them with 1,000 fires of jihadis on Flight 9/11, and you need to have them. You need to say prayers. You need to tell them to their face, because you need to spit in their face like a Lebanese reporter. Like, you need to do all of that kind of stuff because they deserve it and they deserve more. They are absolute fucking garbage. Always garbage. They're your enemy.
Always garbage. I think what's funny about all of it, and I don't know why this stuck with me the most, Jay, is do you think there's actually a Flight 9/11 out there? Like, you know how they have all these flights that are numbered? Does a Flight 9/11 exist? I'd be interested to find out. While you go and find that, I'm going to go ahead and play this Nancy Pelosi clip on Anderson Cooper from the other night.
They were saying it's in the rearview mirror. People don't care about the Dobbs decision. And I said to them, thanks a lot. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're sitting someplace and we're in the districts. And we know the power of that issue. It's a democracy issue. It's not just a choice issue. It's a freedom issue. It's a democracy issue. And it was a winning issue.
In fact, I remember interviewing you just before the election, and you were saying to me, I'm talking to people out there. I think it's going to be much better. Yeah. And I can't tell you how many people afterwards said to me, like, of course she was going to say that. But
poor baby.
Yeah, she's really, really committed to that. It's really sad.
No, I'm not a poor baby. I'm more reptilian, cold-blooded, and go in to win the election.
We're going to take a short break.
So she admitted.
She admits
that sounds like a Freudian slip. She admitted. Oh my God, she admitted.
We fucking got her. We got
You
her.
fucking got her. Ladies and
look
gentlemen, we got
Look
her.
at how sick it is. Like, Anderson Cooper is supposed to be a journalist. You know what I mean? You're supposed to have some sort of fucking integrity. Why are you acting like a little fucking bitch, like a little girl, like a little fucking giddy little high school girl when you're talking to a politician who is going to be 85 or 84 years old running for re-election? That's not how you treat this person. You need to treat them. Are you like, How are you going to convince
look,
the American people you're healthy enough to run for a full term? How
I
are you going
don't
to tell us that
care.
you're not going to die? The average lifespan of an American person is 73 years old. How do we know you're not going to die tomorrow?
I don't
These are the
care how much money Anderson Cooper has made in his career. Nancy Pelosi could do one like transaction on the stock exchange to literally buy Anderson Cooper and sell him into sex slavery. We know this. This is the type of person she's capable of being. So
yeah.
We want to wrap it up here because we've gone on for over 90 minutes here. So this is Vivek Ramaswamy, who called to ban TikTok earlier this year, and he's now doing TikTok dances with Jake Paul, and oh hell yeah.
God, he is so fucking white that he can't even get the basic fucking right.
No,
Like,
he is
this
Indian.
guy is
Jay, he is a very good bad boy. Okay, he is so. I am a very good bad boy.
Oh my god. Yeah, honestly, if you guys thought that like white people had bad dancing and bad best, just look at Indians and Pakistanis. I mean, there's a video out there of Siraj doing it really well.
Oh yeah, it's out there. All right, so Jay, you somehow tweeted out this is the only right way to eat a hot dog. I don't understand. This is like you're getting ratioed here.
I know. I love everything that's in that photo because you see me wearing slippers with socks. You see a
I didn't even notice that part.
half of pita bread is on there, and then you have a hot dog with mustard and ketchup, which honestly is the best way to eat a hot dog is mustard and ketchup. That's it. That's all you need on top of it. Maybe some relish, but that's it. That's all you need. That's how you eat it.
I don't understand. Like, this isn't like that controversial.
No, I mean,
I like eating it with mustard, but it's like this is worse than an election legal food post. They're frog shaming you, Jay.
Oh my god, here it is. Oh, oh yeah.
That's from one of our old HPHs. I don't remember when that was, but that was.
Oh, dude, that was like 2 years ago. That's when I was like in Fullerton.
That was beautiful. And then, oh wow! Now we got. This is the last post we want to react to. Remember Twitter? This is it now. Feel stupid yet? Responding to
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk posted that first.
Oh wow!
So that he responds epically. I mean, I think this is like an epic response from Ice Cube.
Well, I don't know why. What's funny is that like Ice Cube isn't. I feel like Ice Cube and Elon Musk actually like would have more in common than I think most people would actually believe. But I don't know. Maybe they had a big falling out or something. I have no idea. Oh well. Anyways, Josh and on local says carbon. It's what plants crave. Beautiful reference. Man, we did a little marathon there. I think we covered everything that we needed to cover.
We did pretty good.
I'm proud of us, Habibis. We did it, Joe. So Habibis, make sure you go hit that like and follow button. Make sure you hit that join button, and $5 a month you could join our locals, be a part of the non-ports chat, as well as our Discord server. Jay, we got a big week of fantasy football this week.
Yes.
You lost to Carl. I lost as well. I'm actually facing Carl this week.
Are you? Well, yeah, and I'm facing Drew right now. And,
okay, Drew Holden.
Yeah, I had one of my players just played Jefferson. He scored pretty good. He did all right. I mean, Justin Jefferson did all right for me. So I'm still 50-50. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. See how it
Yeah.
goes. Well,
And then also you can join us for our game nights. Inshallah, we're gonna do one soon. I think we have one slated for this month.
I gotta do some moving and shit, unfortunately.
Right. So
but-
next week we might not have like an HBH. We might just do
we probably will. We probably will, but it's probably gonna be like me and Caveman Internet. So we'll see.
Well, that's why I'm saying like maybe we'll do like a game night where you don't have to do too much.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Can you imagine playing some Indian music with your Caveman Internet?
That's true. You bring a good point. But Habibis, we thank you again so much for tuning in and hanging out with us on a night when you could have been watching football and probably were watching football, but decided to kick it with us anyways. Again, we're live every Tuesday and Thursday night, 10 p.m. East, 7 p.m. Pacific for Habibi Power Hour. And then I want to say either the last Thursday of every month, we're going to be doing the list stream. So September 28th, mark it in your calendars, the list stream of people who need their phones taken away. We're talking about the worst takes of the month on X, also known as Twitter. Well, I say Twitter, also known as X. I hate calling it X. It fucking sucks, bro.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It needs to come. Twitter needs to just come back. He needs to be like, okay, I was messing with everybody, and then you have like an epic comeback.
So Habibis, hope you have a great rest of your night. Go weekend. For the Habibi Bros, I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Jack Kobbe.
We'll see you next time on the Habibi Power. Peace it. Masalama. Also, thanks to our crippled producer Ben for doing absolutely nothing except canceling us. You suck. You're fired. Okay, bye.